Hi guys. I'm glued to the television today, just like many of you all around the world. I'm watching the Senate hearings, and this is something that's important to all of us. Don't shut me off. This is not a political video. I don't want politics on this channel. That's why if you send me a friend request to my personal Facebook page, I always deny you. Always. Because my personal Facebook page is very political. And I try to keep my two worlds separate. Okay? Actually, I have three worlds. One is my veganism and my plant-based cooking, and I have a channel for that. One is my very spiritual pagan side, and I have the Facebook group and page and the YouTube channel for that. And then I have my personal family, and I keep all three of those separate. But these hearings are bringing out something in me that I just want to share with you all. And it's about curses, okay? Listening to this woman's story brought back memories of my story. And you've heard some of my past. If you have followed the channel, you know some of my stories from when I was very, very young. Well, this is another similar story. When I was in 8th grade, so I would have been 13 years old, my very best friend in the whole wide world was a boy. And I had my girlfriends as well. And he had a crush on one of my girlfriends, and I had a crush on his best guy friend, but we were best friends. And he came to my house a lot, and I went to his house a lot, and we were invited to each other's gatherings and whatnot, and we grew up together basically in middle school and until I moved away in high school. Okay. And he was coming to my house one day, and some older boy that he knew wanted to come along. Now, this was the older brother of one of our classmates, so I believe he was a year older than us. And I didn't know him. I knew who he was, but I didn't know him, and I didn't know why he wanted to come to my house. But I found out rather quickly. I was home alone with my sisters. I used to babysit my younger sisters while my mother was at work. And this boy cornered me in my bedroom, and he locked the door. And my best friend was on the outside of that door, listening to everything that was happening inside the room. And I was screaming for help, and I was doing everything I could to keep my clothes on as he was trying to rip them off. And it wasn't easy, but I got away. And I got out of that room. And I was very angry with my best friend. First of all, for bringing this boy that I didn't know to my house. And second of all, for not helping me. And he was afraid. Afraid for his life. He said this guy would beat me up. You know, which is so much worse than being raped. Anyway, I cursed that boy. I cursed him with death. And it was either a year or 2 years later. He was killed in a car accident. I think it was 1 year. And I lived my whole life believing that my curse had killed him. And I still don't know, because I do believe in curses. And I've had a similar instance back when I was a rancher and I had animals. I had a very unruly male sheep, a ram. And his father was tame and very old and arthritic. And I would sit and just massage this ram because he hurt. His old bones hurt. And this young ram didn't like it. And he would take his giant horns and butt me in the knees. And one day he caught me in the knee real hard. And I did my finger and I said, "You're going in the freezer. You're going to be dinner." And sure enough, next day, he died. He was healthy, and he just killed over dead. And my husband said he must have got colic or something in the food, but The entire flock of sheep were fine, and this one sheep that I had cursed killed over dead. So I believe I killed that boy. I believe I cursed him, and I believe I killed him. And whether or not he deserved it for trying to rape me, that's between me and spirit. Okay? But that was his karma. Sometimes karma doesn't wait for your next life or the afterlife. Sometimes you get what you deserve in this life. And that's my message today. And I just wanted to share with you because my finger means a lot, apparently. And it's just really, really heavy on my mind today because I'm watching these hearings and I'm listening to this woman's story, and her story was almost identical to mine. The only difference was it was the middle of the day in the summer, and I was in my own home, minding my own business. And it's just heavy on my mind. And so I wanted to share with you. Let's stand together, okay? Have each other's backs. Lift each other up. Someone has a story like this, believe them. And if something like this is happening to you and you are nearby, do all you can to protect that young girl or that woman that's behind that door. Okay? Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening and for being here with me when I need you all so much.